Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Vanessa Collins, joined by Ted Ings, Shon Kingrey, and David Reinicke, and we're here to talk about Automotive Warranty Network.
David, I want to congratulate you. You had a cover article on Fixed Ops magazine. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can't let Shon take all the covers. There had to be some inspiration behind that. Give us some insight onto that.
Yes, so obviously I'm biased. I think there's a lot of benefit to outsource warranty administration. It's a lot of money in the warranty world. Several millions of dollars a year in most cases for the average dealership. So I think having a company or a focused individual to do the warranty collections is very important.
Shon, you're a client of AWN. How about from your perspective?
We are, and I'm a big proponent, obviously, of warranty now, because as I share on a lot of your After Dark panels, I've got stores that are collecting $300 an hour in warranty reimbursement. It's a huge number. Warranty used to be the bottom third. Nobody wanted to do it. Guys, it's a huge part of our business now. I mean, the reimbursements, and as they're cutting times, we're trying to compensate that and trying to compensate and recruit techs by overpaying them to do warranty work. It's a huge part of it. It's also the audit thing. It's also protecting yourself. It's more than just getting the claim paid. It's making sure the claim paid, it gets paid and it sticks.
I know you've seen both sides of it, having it done in dealership and then outsourcing it. Talk to us a little bit more about the benefit of outsourcing with a company like AWN, who specifically focuses on what you do.
So 30 years of doing this, the one thing that's historically that repeats itself is warranty administrators, and there's no disrespect meant, they forget who they work for. They always forget that they work for the dealer, not the manufacturer, and that they're always protecting the manufacturer. At the end of the day, guys, it's us that needs to get paid. It's us that collects their money. And when you bring it in-house or you do it outsourcing, the money's about the same as far as what you're going to pay out. It just works out that way. So outsourcing it, they make sure, because how they get paid, I'm not trying to step on his show here, how they get paid is what they collect. So their motive is a little different, and they understand. Now, they're also on the manufacturer side. They're not going to do nothing wrong, but they're also there to make sure that everybody's fair, everybody gets paid, and it's all even.
We're there to protect the dealership too. So the technicians are our friends, are our buddies. I mean, it's a very, we look at it black and white. Like, we want to make sure you get the money you're entitled to, but also keep that money in the event of an audit. So, and the other focus behind the article that I wrote wasn't just for Automotive Warranty Network, but so many dealers, we have some competitors out there, obviously. So, I want to make sure that dealerships are focused on the aspects of outsourced warranty administration so it can be successful. Because honestly, if they have a bad experience with another warranty company, then it kind of taints the whole concept. So, they don't want to go with Automotive Warranty Network or any of our competitors because they had a bad experience with this company. So I'm just going to keep it in-house. So, I think there's a lot of benefit to outsourcing, and I just want to make sure dealerships, they decide to explore this option, that they have a good experience and it's successful.
And Ted, I'd like to hit on something that he said there real quick, is when you bring an outsource, first of all, technicians don't like change. We all know that. And technicians, you're going to outsource it, it's going to cost us money. I'm telling you, it ends up being the opposite, because technicians find out that their interest is also in the technicians, as David said, that they're trying to get it collected. And they understand that if you run the punch times and you do your store color correctly, they can actually get you paid, versus in-house, they just want to get the claim off their desk and going.
Now, what is the biggest reason dealerships resist or don't feel comfortable outsourcing warranty processes?
I think it's just about change. It's a whole different process. I mean, when it's in-house, they've got the warranty administrator sitting in an office, and a lot of times they just, offload the paperwork to that warranty administrator, and, they fix it. So if there's a problem with technician stories, punch times, whatever the case may be, they just, throw it to the warranty administration office, and, they fix it. Going with an outsourced system, one, it's foreign, it's new, but it's holding people accountable in the dealership to do what they're supposed to be doing. So now you're telling the technicians, you need to be the one writing a better story. You need to make sure you're running the proper punch time versus having somebody that's just going to fix it for them. So I think that's the biggest reason. And again, it's a foreign concept, but I've heard from a lot of our clients that once this is implemented, and once you get 60, 90 days down the road, and you've told everybody in the dealership that this is your job, this is what you need to be doing for the warranty claim, it's successful, once everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing in the dealership. So But I think the biggest reason they resist, and Shon, maybe you have some input behind that too. So
I think it's two things. It's change, as you said, which we talked about. Nobody likes change. It is what it is. It's also control. Whether it's outsourcing your warranty or it's outsourcing your BDC, everybody wants to keep everything in-house. As service managers, inherently, that's what we want to do. Sometimes you got to let that go. Sometimes the best solution may not be in your own backyard, especially with hiring and finding people nowadays. It's okay to let it go and let somebody else do it.
Shon, from your experience, go a little deeper. How are some of these challenges overcome over time? Because again, our industry is rapidly changing. Technology is, coming in more and more. That warranty receivable, that's going to be the biggest customer you've got at the dealership.
It's a huge thing. And again, the manufacturers now more than ever. Obviously, I have just domestic stores where I'm at now. They're finding any way they can to charge you back right now. If there's a smallest flaw more than ever, I think it's less auditing now. It's just more chargeback on the front side. They just ditch you on the front. I think you have to start, like as we all say, if you're going to decide to do it and you're tired of fighting the struggle, you got to get your naysayers and you got to know who those people are. Probably your shop foremans, by the way, because the technicians don't like it. The warranty administrator, the service advisors really generally don't care. They're done by that point. The RO's closed, boom, they're going to get paid no matter what. Now you get the house paid. The technicians, if you can get the naysayers involved, you get your shop foreman involved, and you get them buying into the game, they'll control it for you. They'll get it going. That's always for me, that's where it's always started.
yeah. And we do a lot of work with technicians and advisors. And so one of the biggest things that we like to do is we like to go into a dealership and help educate the technicians, specifically the technicians, on what we're doing for the dealership. Right. So really, we can either do it virtually or in person in some cases, but, helping them understand that we're not fighting them. Again, like you said earlier, the more we can get the technician paid, the more, frankly, our company makes. Right. So we're not fighting you. We're not trying to cut your times, but we have to make sure we're compliant with policy and procedure. So, that's one of the biggest things that we can do is help educate the dealership and the dealer personnel on what we're doing for them. And we're all on the same team.
Correct.
Yeah? So.
And the one thing about David's company, I'll say, when I started outsourcing, or when outsourcing became something years ago, the manufacturers all, you can't outsource. The OEMs actually promote him. They recommend him. And that's a change from 5 years ago. I can tell you right now, at a Chrysler store in Savannah, Georgia, we got threatened with an audit if we outsourced. They said, we'll audit you if you do it. Now it's the opposite. Yeah. They want us to outsource it because they understand that they're there to make sure the T's are crossed, our I's are dotted, and the stories are good.
So yeah, that speaks volumes.
It's huge.
Yeah, we have some manufacturers, and I won't mention any specifics, but when they come into audit and they find out the Automotive Warranty Network is doing the warranty, they're like, oh, we're going to be here for a day or two, and so they actually promote us in a lot of cases.
It's true.
What does Automotive Warranty Network do to help a dealer be successful in outsourced warranty administration?
Well, like I said, it really comes down to training and helping. When we come into a store, it's not like we just flip a switch and all of a sudden we're doing it and you don't have anything to worry about. There's a lot that goes into, launching a dealership, making sure that we go through the processes and what it's going to look like on a daily basis working with us. So, and we tailor that to what's going to work best for them. So it's not just like, we come in, this is cookie cutter how we do it. We want to make sure they're comfortable with the processes that we're going to be doing for them on a daily basis. And then I go back to the training aspect of it too. So, if we go into a dealership and, there's broken processes and, it's just not going to work, we want to fix that. So again, we'll fly out to the dealership if necessary, work with the dealership staff on site, help put processes in place and make sure it's a successful process and a successful experience. So,
gentlemen, while we have you both here, last question for today. We're here at Northwood University. I'll go to David first, and then Shon. David, what advice can you provide incoming students or recent graduates like Vanessa Collins based on your experience with working with thousands of dealers across the country?
The biggest thing, in my opinion, and I'll go back to what I kind of mentioned earlier, is just working hard and, just excelling every day. I think not just in the auto industry, but just in general, I think there's a lack of work ethic, a lack of drive. I see it in the grocery store, you see it anywhere you go. So, and like I always tell my kids, there's so much opportunity out there right now. I think as long as you're willing to work hard, really be passionate about what you're doing. I think there's huge potential out there, and there's potential to rise through the ranks very quickly as long as you're willing to work and be passionate and put your heart into whatever you're doing. So,
work ethic, I think, is the key words there. If you have the work ethic, I've been doing this 30 years now, And to leave the Marine Corps and start in this and not even know how to change my own oil when I started this 30 years ago to where I am now, do you have to give up a lot to get there? Yes. Do you have to work your tail off to get there? Yes. But there's such a reward at the end, and you can go either way. Whether you go the variable side, whether you go the fixed side, whether you go the office side. I mean, there's a different fit for everybody. And I've done both sides of the house, and you find your gig obviously with fixed, and I can't say enough that if there's a career that you don't have to have a education for 30 years, but you're always learning. There's always training. It's always there. You have the backing. Change is okay, by the way. And I don't know of another business that you can have the success that you can have here.
And I think, finding that mentor is very important
it's huge.
too. I mean, I can't say that enough. I mean, finding somebody that's willing to, mentor you and teach you, I think that's a huge component of it as well. So
Correct.
Well, gentlemen, on behalf of the Fixed Ops Roundtable, thank you for all that you do. David Reinicke at Automotive Warranty Network, Shon Kingrey at the Kaiser Automotive Group. Everybody stay with us. We're at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. We're in Midland, Michigan. We will be right back.